Well, we stopped at a place called Cove Fort. It's where the pioneers came.
This is the telegraph office. You see that blue jar underneath there? That's the battery. Can you imagine trying to carry around one of the batteries with your cell phone these days? And that's Morse code. And if you know Morse code, that's saying, hello, Cove Fort. Hello, Cove Fort. Anyway, that battery's got copper plates in it, sulfuric acid, and some zinc. And it creates enough charge to go through these lines for 30 to 40 miles. That's about it. So they had telegraph operators from all over Bourbon down to St. George. It was like 400 some miles. Every 30 miles was a relay station. You were called to be a missionary for 6 months, and there was 2 at a time. And they'd sit here and they'd take turns sleeping and whatever, but they had to be relayed on down the line, on down the line, on down the line. That's how they got these messages back and forth. Of course, that's President Young up there. He was first governor of Utah, you know, and he was in charge of the Indian affairs. His motto was, I'd rather feed the Indians than fight them, so that was kind of the way he worked it through. Those were the Mormon 12 right there at the time he was president. And look at Arizona and Nevada there, look at the map. Back in the day, Arizona, Las Vegas was in Arizona. But President Lincoln kind of deal with Nevada, says, you vote for me, I'll give you a part of Arizona. So there you go. Let's go to the kitchen. You want the kitchen door for me there?
Oh, yeah.
When they finish it there, we'll jump back over to the kitchen because the kitchen's pretty interesting. This is what I call the original recycling room. They threw nothing away. You see that blue and white stripe over there? That's called tick, what they made the bed mattress out of. So when the bed mattress wore out, they'd cut them into pans, like this hanging on the line. Now back in the old days, you would see a cowboy with his gun strapped on, he had those striped pants. You know in the old movies that was back in the time because they took the bed and made pants out of it. When the pants wore out, they'd cut up into balls like that right there, and they put it over here on this barn room right over here, and that's how they made rugs. That's not the end of the story. Once the rugs wore out, they clear out the fireplace, and they get cherry wood, and they burn it, and they take the ashes from it, take scalding hot water, and pour it through a filter system, and out comes the lye, which is what they mix with the hog fat over there in that big old bath, and that's what they use for washing it with. So you slept on it, you wore it, you stepped on it, you got heat from it, and you washed with it. Crazy thing I ever seen. I'll tell you what's even crazier than that, how they knew that they had the right amount of lye. They take a raw egg with a string, and they drop it in the bucket. If the egg went to the bottom, that means it was lye in there. If it floated on the top, it was too much lye, which means you burn your skin. But if you put it in the middle, it's just right. So that's when they mix it. Pretty neat.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sam would make the rugs look cool. They got the home weaver like that. All them rugs that he makes for your mother.
Yeah.
Pretty good stuff in here. $30 to $70 meals, every meal, morning, afternoon, and evening, was served out of here. They charged 50 cents a meal. Now, Sister Hinckley was the originator of the value meal. You would get 3 meals for $1 here, or 1 meal for 50 cents. And look up here on this wall, those are called 5-pound bread loaves. You can imagine doing 12 of those a day. Anyway, that's called a Glenwood stove right there. That's the exact model she had. They found that in Maine and brought it in here. It does work, by the way. It has a gauge in front, which is pretty modern for the day at the time it was going on. Anyway, there's only 3 things in this fort that's original. Is the billows out in the blacksmith shop, Sister Hinckley's clock, and a rocking chair. The rest of all this stuff has been gathered up over those 6 years from 1988 to 94 before they opened it up. So you can actually see what it was like to live in the day. In fact, look through those windows right there. You see how wavering those glass looks? There was only 3 window panes not broken out when they got the fort back. And they had to go all the way to Germany and have those made.
Wow.
Yeah. So you're looking at real stuff here. Look at the butter churn right there. Butter churn right there. Front of this has made butter. And this butter churn right over here is metal one. The ladies, this is where all the women work mostly. They made the butter. You notice those red flares on the firebox over there? That's done with feathers and ox blood. They didn't have paint then, they took ox blood and make the blood out of it, make the feathers out of it. See the picture of Christ up on the wall over there, over the top of the panel? They try to teach the gospel at every meal. As you saw in the film, they were kneeling at the chairs, being thankful for the food. They were also thankful for their lives and being stopped. Okay, that's going down in the room on the very end there.
That's what they use for defense.
What's the password?
Password?
Yeah, password. I'm not an Indian. This is how they'd open up the back door. And you notice here on the roof, between each chimney up here, Matt, right?
Yeah.
Look up here. See between each chimney, you see the gun ports. It was just like that. This little walkway, like you see right here, used to go all the way around. But when they rebuilt the fort, they put the angle on the roof, so it was a little more. Just something all the way in.
Oh, sorry. Picture time.
This room here is called the boys' room. They separated the the females out because at night you could only rent a half a bed for 25 cents back then. It's like a hotel. Back then they knew the difference between male and female.
Yeah.
You notice those ropes right there on that bed? See these ropes right here? Right there, those ropes? Well, what happens when you sleep on a rope bed, the rope gives because of the weight. But look in the window over there. See that little wooden key right there? They take that and they tighten up that rope, hence the statement, sleep tight. And don't let inside that mattress was corn shucks, sawdust, feathers, straw, you name it. And they see a little rolling pin on top of the bed. They'd pull that off and they smooth out the bed and kill the bugs if they had to. Look at that hole in the floor right there. You see that hole?
Yeah.
That is a cellar down there for fruit cellar. There's an 8-foot ladder going down there. That's where they store potatoes and fall fruit, stuff like that. That's an elk skin right there. And then you see over here on the bed, there's a buffalo and elk skin. But over there, look on that shelf right over there. See that? What kind of fur is that? Bear, yes, and there's bear gloves. You ever seen bear gloves before? Now that gun on the top up there, that's a 52 caliber Spencer repeater, 7-shot, 1 in the chamber and 6 up in the handle there. And they could shoot up 20 rounds in 1 minute. That's why Fort was attacked here, because it was really accurate. Because the new kind of bullet, the spiral coming on the spin, it was real accurate at the time. Pretty neat, huh?
Yeah,
Cool.
I noticed that little cellar before.
Hi.
And I've
Real
been here
expensive
several
now.
times.
That's right now, that's for sure. Let's go to the other side of the fort. This is where they'd rent out the rooms.
So where did the family sleep?
The pretty doors down there. Right? They had a little headquarters. So all that side over there, and all the way through the next 2 doors or so, was rented out. Used for business. And
Under that little tree. Lay this up. Ginger Soul doesn't like it.
You're okay.
there he goes. There you go. There you go. Drop your hook. Here it goes. Oh, you did. You got a hook on it.
Yeah.
Come on in. This is a room we call the Room of Life. Typically, we find out what religion people are before we get here. 80% of people come through our LDS. 20% are Catholics and 50 Mormons and Baptists or whatever. But we call this a Room of Life. There's 4 sources of light in this room. Not counting the doors. Let's see if we can name all 4 sources of light.
The window.
The window.
The lantern.
The lanterns.
Fireplace?
Fireplace. The fireplace. Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe just the wall?
I don't know.
Yes, the book of the life of Christ. There's the scripture. That's the Bible there. It's got the, you see the corner of the little brown book there, holding the corner of the Bible? That is the original 1850 second edition Book of Mormon right there.
Wow.
See how small they were? Anyway, that supports the Bible and what that does. So there's like a history of Christ here in America. But you know all that.
I met a lady that had an original copy of it, but didn't want to have a good one behind the temple.
Oh, really?
It was kind of interesting to see all
Was
the
it real small like that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of interesting
I love
to
you.
see all the stuff she had.
That's pretty cool.
And she gave me a bunch of books and almost every one of them.
Is that right? What? That's crazy. But the next door didn't, so it's all right. This is what we call the hotel suite, if you will, because this is a little nicer room, a little nicer furniture. President Young would come and stay here when he was going from Salt Lake down to St. George. This is where he'd stay. All the different guys. You see that SoCat in the corner up there? Yeah. That's a beaver hat. And Prince, one time President Young was eating, Prince Diplomat came through and gave him a hat like that. Now he's a big man, and we put that on his head. It looked like this. It looked like a thimble on top of his head. So when you see a picture of President Young with a beaver hat, he's got it under his arm, on his knee, or the dresser behind him. So whenever you see a picture of President Young in a beaver hat, you know it came from Cove Fort, and that was the kind of story behind it. And who's up there in the wall up there, those photos that you got?
Joseph Smith.
Yes, and Hiram. Which one do you think is Hiram?
The left. This side.
I think the right.
It's the right. He's 4 inches taller and 40 pounds heavier. But guess what? Joseph could still beat him in a stick game. You know, pulling him up. Joseph's on the left and Hiram's on the right. What do you look at? Look at that bedspread there. That was his favorite bedspread kind of thing.
I was looking at that old dress roll.
Yeah.
Cool.
Matt, you want to touch the door? I just want to touch the door. Remember I was talking about some of the original stuff here? That clock on the wall up here is the only original clock in the place. That's, I was here since they had that. And you notice the photo of the boys down here? Right there? The one on the left is Brian. The one on the right is Edwin. Now Edwin's the one who shot Brian in his knee, and Brian was 93 years old when he went to his grave with that bullet still up at his thigh. Anybody see the weasel in the place? The weasel. Look around. You see the weasel? Yes. That's a pretty weasel. And they've got 30 rounds around that. You have a scotch of material. And the thing pops up in the back. Hence pop goes the weasel. Notice that toothbrush over there? Guess what that's made out of? It's got bone. What do you think the bristles are made out of to brush your teeth with?
Would be hair off a horse.
Hair, but boar, hog, nostrum hair was the best. Ooh, that's why they had some rotten teeth back then. They didn't want to brush your teeth with that. And the worst part about it, you had to share that with your sister. Where'd he go? Let's go to the next room over.
Kind of cute.
Yeah.
This is an interesting little room. It's like a candy room. See the metal box up here on the fireplace? They call that a hair box. What they were doing, they brushed the hair. They put the hair in the box. And they did several things with that hair. One, they had hair art. You see that there. But they took hair and they rolled it in a little ball and they put it beside that pinch cushion right there for the sewing machine. And if we get back to the stainless steel, so they put the pins in there, and that kept them rusted. Yeah, also, well, I was going to tell you, I have a lot of things with hair, but hair art is something creepy. You'll see that in a minute.
Interesting.
Open the door, man.
Oh, nice.
This is that creepy hair art I was telling you about. See that picture, the round picture over there?
Uh-huh.
Look in the very center of that. What do you see? Very center. What's it look like?
Where is?
Look at the picture. See the round.
Oh.
The round
Look at
picture.
it. That's hair. It's hair around the outside of it. It's hair art. What do you think in the center of that?
I can't tell.
It's white. See the white part?
Yeah.
If you look at one eye and stare real hard, you'll see a silhouette of a girl looking at
Oh yeah.
See, she has a little necklace on.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's grown to grow teeth since the last over there. But anyway. Can you see
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
See the temple? Now that drawing you see in the temple is a copy of the actual drawing that was made when President Young had a vision of what the temple was supposed to look like. And the artist drew that, and they took that photo right there, that copy, and that's what they built the whole temple around. You'll see the actual beginning of the artist's conception of what the temple was going to look like. Pretty cool, huh? And that's our Hitler there. He's in the wall up there. He was 6'2". Average man at age was 5'4". His little wife was 4'10", so they kind of like this right here.
Yeah.
Imagine. She was standing on a soapbox, so they took that picture so she could get the same height he is. Pretty neat, huh?
He was pretty tall.
He was tall.
He was
Tall.
for that time.
Yeah, he was tall.
Well, you better head out.
All right, come on, we'll walk with you.